In a world where remote work is the new norm, seizing financial opportunities from home is paramount. The economy evolves swiftly, demanding innovative solutions to meet life's challenges head-on. Picture a system empowering you to profit from today's financial landscape without stepping out. Imagine gaining real-time market insights delivered straight to your device. With Auvoria Prime, combine expert analysis, user-friendly tech, and personalized coaching to forge your financial future. Countless have unlocked their success. It's your turn now. Reach out to learn how Auvoria Prime can shape your legacy.
There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this developer call for GearBox. My name is Jaak. It might be morning, it might be afternoon, it might be evening for you. Isn't it wonderful that we have a company that is worldwide present? And yeah, we have been global for years now. Before we get into today's call, I wanted to go over the reasons why we are actually doing these calls each and every month. If you are watching this right now on Zoom, please say where you're from, and of course if you can hear me loud and clear. Let's see. Okay, good. So yeah, why we are making these calls each and every month is because there is a saying, at least in Estonian, I'm going to translate it, repetition is the mother of wisdom. And as you know, we as human beings are emotional creatures, oftentimes, especially when it comes to money and investments. So we have to keep on repeating all these lessons, all these things that we have to go by when we do any kind of investments. So we are always ready whenever the market wants to pull the rug from under us or whatever is going on in the macro situation, wherever. So yeah, let's dig into today's call. As usual, you might be new, you might be a seasoned user of GearBox. Leave in the comments wherever you're watching this. Are you new? Are you a current user? Maybe you have been using it in the past, but for whatever reason you stopped using GearBox. So just share your thoughts, just share your emotions. Okay. So in this call, of course, you can always ask questions. Make sure to watch this to the end. And of course, also make sure to subscribe and like wherever you're watching this from. And also go and check out my personal YouTube channel, where we do deep dives into psychology and different aspects of trading in general. It's you just have to type in @GoldenJaakOfficial when you go to YouTube. So the agenda for today, who am I? I said my name is Jaak. I have been with the company for over 4 years now, and I'm really happy to be a part of this family. I started out as just a regular Jack using the products, And since then, I have fallen in love with the whole theme, with the whole topic of providing people services that usually are available only for banks, for hedge funds. And of course, we are here to stay and to provide value to customers. And by now, I'm also a beta tester. I help out with development of GearBox and also Kratos. What is GearBox? GearBox is a trading software that has been available for the longest when it comes to Auvoria Prime. And this software has gone through several instances where it was developed into a better version because the macro situation is constantly changing. When GearBox started, we had the Ukraine conflict, we had the COVID mumbo jumbo going on, and all of these things have made GearBox a better software. And of course, today we will also share results, how GearBox has been doing, and at least I was blown away when I saw the results for the last month, and I'm sure that you will also be blown away. But what is GearBox then specifically? Because for many people it's kind of difficult to understand how GearBox works and what makes it so special and what makes it work. Why is it still on the platform? Why is it still providing value for customers after around 4 years? Yeah, it's going to be 4 years soon of service. So let's say we have USD CAD. And the price starts at 1.0000. And now we have a price graph, so it's going up and down. Usually there's some reversals also happening. Okay, this should be good enough. So what GearBox does, it actually starts counting gears from zero. No, actually minus. It starts counting gears from -1. And let's say the price gets to this point, it counts gear 0 or just also 1, doesn't matter really. And here, so the price went down. Here it also counts, I'm going to use another color. Here it also counts 0, but on the opposite direction. Now for the next gear, it gets here. Here it enters gear number 1. Price has a little reversal and then it continues going up, and here at the top it has gear number 2. Now at this point it's looking at its own table, and okay, when there's a gear number 2 is entered, it has to take a trade. This is pre-programmed. So what it does, it takes a sell trade because it's expecting the price to reverse, and now it's going to ride all the way down while keeping the trade open and closing it out, let's say here, because it's trailing and there's a small reversal here. So here it finally closes out, and let's say it makes plus 5% because this was a long swing trade. Now what happens next is that it's going to continue counting gears. Here it will count gear 1 for the opposite direction. It's not going to enter a trade here, but let's say the price went further down, and here it would have gear number 2, so it would take a buy trade from the bottom here and then ride that trade all the way up and closing out somewhere here with another, let's say, 4% of profit. Now you have to bear in mind that this is more like a swing trading setup, meaning that it will take time. Sometimes it can take even weeks or months before it actually closes some of the sequences or some of the trades. So with GearBox, it is essential to have patience, because otherwise you might just end up in trouble, and you might end up in having a nervous breakdown or something because it is quite difficult sometimes to look at the numbers because it takes time for them to close. Okay, let's continue. Best performers are USD CAD and Euro USD, followed by GBP, NZD, and AUD USD, as I mentioned. Now let's look at the, yeah, this is not.
Empower your trades with GearBox, your ultimate trading toolkit. Customize, strategize, and conquer the markets with ease.
Working, interesting. Okay, I'm just going to manually switch them. Let's look at the test results, the test accounts. So I have 5 accounts running for GearBox. Let's look at all of them. So as you can see, this account has been running since beginning of April. And holy cow. So this account is running swing settings, swing default settings. And it's trading only 2 pairs, Euro USD and USD CAD, as you can see from here, meaning that it is quite safe. And you can see in September, it made 16.8% of profit. This is crazy. I was looking at this just 2 days ago, and then it was still 14%, and now it has gone up to 17%. Of course, when you look at the rest of the months, you can't expect each month to be 16% of profit or 17% of profit. GearBox takes what the market gives, because there is no knowing how the market is going to be moving next. But you can see from here that this account has been doing really well with using just the default settings. It's a small account. It started with 1,000 and the monthly average has been 5.86%. Yeah, this is really nice. Okay, next account. This is running different settings. Let's look at, so it's running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs at the same time, and it has also been giving good results each month. But when we look at the drawdown, this is 29% and this is 17%. So it has a lot more drawdown. Of course, this is also something that somebody could do. So this is just running the 7 best pairs with the default settings. Next we have another account. Drawdown is a lot less, but monthly return is also a lot less. This account is running, let's see, also Euro USD and USD CAD, but this is running not swing settings, but this is running sniper settings. So this is something for somebody who has, let's say, 6 or 7 figures on their account and they just want to run it very conservatively. It still makes money, but with a small account, this is probably not going to be very happy. Next, we have another account, drawdown 7%, monthly return 1.37%. Let's see. Okay, September it actually made a small minus. Let's see what pairs. Okay, so this account is running the special settings. It's more like not so much a swing, but more like a scalping strategy, meaning that scalping for GearBox is not the best. All these accounts are just showing you that it is actually the best to run the default settings, and even with just using Euro USD and USD CAD as the pairs is enough. There is no need to run extra pairs. And of course, if you want to take on more risk, there's always the possibility of using more pairs. if you want higher gains, but for me this is 5.86 versus 5.38. It's such a small difference that I would rather use only the 2 pairs, and this is also what I'm doing. Let's continue. So precision versus intraday mode. Precision modes, we have swing and we have sniper, and then we have intraday modes that are more for scalping. As you saw from the results, precision modes are doing better. So sniper and swing settings actually work really well, and there's less chance of getting caught by big market moves. Default settings. Default settings that come out of the box when you set up your gearbox are already there, so there's not much that you need to change. You just have to change the lot sizing based on what is your account size, and that's basically it. So 0.01 for if you have a small account and you're willing to take on risk, 0.01 per 1,000 on your account. And if you have bigger account, you can do 0.01 to 1,500 or even 2,000 or even higher if you want to run conservatively. Time frame for precision mode, it is essential to run on the daily time frame, because if you use small time frames, it's going to start taking more trades. The problem is that the smaller the time frame, the more inaccurate it is, because GearBox works best in as a swing system. It is essential to use the daily time frame as dictated by the developer of GearBox. How many pairs to run? As you saw, I showed you basically 2 different scenarios. One was running just Euro USD and USD CAD, and then the other scenario was running 7 different pairs. The difference between profits was actually not that big. Just you have to bear in mind that the more pairs you are running, the more exposed you will be to big movements on the market. So personally, I just run these 2 pairs, and of course, if you get bored or you want to see more action, or you want to take on more risk with the hopes of getting more profits, you can always run more pairs. But I personally just run those 2 pairs. The macro situation, the anxiety index. So I have spent time today reading different analysts' thoughts and what's going on. And a fun fact, in August, the anxiety index went to the highest in the last 4 years. So this is a sign that there is still uncertainty in the markets. And this also is reflected in the price of gold, for example. In August, $3 trillion was wiped out from the stock markets. This is just another sign that we are living in times where there's a lot of uncertainty, and nobody's really like 100% safe. There's like stuff is happening on the forex markets, because forex markets are the biggest markets in the world, and nobody is safe even on the stock markets, as you just saw. Is China in trouble? Might be, because there's speculation that for years they have been fudging their numbers to be more positive than they actually are. And now the latest thing, what they did is they opened governmental coffers for money, because they want to stimulate the economy. So it seems they don't have a recession yet, but they probably will not reach their yearly target of 5% for growth. And there's been talks for years now about the government-owned real estate company that might be defaulting on loans not far from now. So let's see how that goes. Just in general, there is uncertainty in the world everywhere. Interest rate cuts. So the European Union and US both cut interest rates in September. not by a lot, but still it sent out a signal. There was, yeah, the price movements were quite crazy when the US rate cut information came out. Some people were hoping for higher rate cuts, and some people were hoping that there won't be any rate cuts because if you do the rate cuts too fast and too aggressively, the economy will be in more trouble. So there's, yeah, just repeating myself over and over again, there's still uncertainty everywhere. The economic outlook in general is still positive, but I had the same sentence here also last time because not much has changed. And this is also reflected in the markets, at least in September and now in the beginning of the first day of October, there has been price movements going on in the Forex market. So that's a good sign that things are moving, things are shifting, because in August and also July, the markets were kind of sluggish. They were very slow. When there were movements, they were very sudden and very big, but they were like very irregular. So that it was difficult to see where the price is going to be going next. Information channels. So where you can find information about upcoming events, monthly calls, where you can find help desk, Telegram channels, YouTube channel, and also the results document. Let's go over this really quick. Okay, so you just have to type in auvoriaprime.com and go to resources, events, and then AP, team Auvoria events. You open this, and here you will see AP Nation call. So this is corporate events. Then live sessions, you will be able to see when developer calls are taking place and other live sessions that are happening. And corporate events, just in less than 2 hours, in 1.5 hours, there will also be the global update webinar, which happens not too often. So I would suggest you join that call. How you can get to this call, you just open the link here, corporate events, and then just click on the update webinar and then copy to my calendar. So you will always have it as a reminder. Next, help desk. You go to auvoriaprime.com, you open support, and here you can just type in your question, whatever the question might be. And if I want to find Telegram channel, I just type in Telegram. It even shows you how you can set up your account with Telegram, and here you have all the different Telegram channels at the bottom of the page that you can join for free. YouTube channel. So you just go to YouTube and you type in Auvoria Prime, and there you have our live call. It is also happening here. Yeah, you can find all the information here. The best way to do it is, let's say you want to find out everything about GearBox, you just open playlists and you find GearBox here, and then you just start watching from the beginning or from the end, whatever works better for you. And then, because Auvoria Prime is all about transparency, all the different systems we have public accounts where you can go and check for yourself how the different tools are doing. So you just go to auvoriaprime.me /myfxbooks, sorry, and there's a Google document that you just have to scroll through to find all the necessary information. So here we have customers' accounts. There should be some official company accounts also. So this is how that works. Next time we will be having the call on the 5th of November. Let me just check if there is Any questions? Okay, no questions. So yeah, as I said, next time we will be having the call on the 5th of November. Stay safe. Instead of increasing your risk on the account, always consider adding more funds, because the bigger your account is, the lower risk settings you can run your software with. And what's the end goal? The end goal is to build capital, to build a passive income system that will serve you and your family for generations. And this is possible only with big money and with low risk, because if you run high risk, you run high risk of losing money. So it is always best to increase capital instead of increasing risk on your account. This is it from me. And see you next time.